Yeah.
All right. Hello again, my metal friends. We're back with episode 2 of season 2 of the That's Heavy podcast. Garrett Brooks, how you doing today?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Excellent. Justin, how you doing today?
Hey, what's going on? Not on camera today, but I'm here.
Yeah. Justin's got the good mic today.
Yeah.
So
it's just big, and then in the camera it doesn't work well.
All right, don't brag. Okay. The first thing we're going to do here, let me pull this up actually. So we didn't really dive quite deep enough probably into the new MASTODON album. So we're going to get that out of the way actually
Just kind
first.
of a track-by-track highlight.
Well, we know the first one is Pain with an Anchor. And that one...
I say 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I really, really like the intro. Like we said, that kind of painkiller from Judas Priest, that like really almost like you're next to a motorcycle, you know, when it's idling or whatever, that sound really excellent. And I really actually like that whole song as well. So definitely going to keep that one.
Strong Braun vocal.
That's right, yeah. And a strong 5-minute opener, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not probably what I would envision as an opening song for a record, but that's okay because I'm here in my spare bedroom and MASTODON is in a big mansion on tour somewhere. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like, I think it was Making of Emperor of Sand where they have those videos where Troy's just like in the hot tub with clothes on.
With clothes
just
in the hot tub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great sense of humor, those guys.
Oh, yeah. One
Track
of my
2
favorites.
you said was...
The Crux.
The Crux?
Yeah.
This is not about my favorite beverage, La Crux.
That's right. So it's not one of the ones that I think is necessary in the hour and 30-minute long album. That is the second track, but already one that I'm cutting out if I'm making a perfect one for me.
It kind of falls into that thing where it's hard for me to delineate it from something else. Like it's not one of the ones that I'm like coming back to. It just kind of blends into like that classic rock, moderate ballady with some heavy parts tossed in,
Yeah, and I also just noticed here that it's the only one where Sanders, is that Troy? Oh, Troy. Yeah, so it's the only one where it's only Troy on vocals, so not saying there's any correlation there, but
no
maybe.
Correlation.
Next one, I love this one actually. Sickle and Peace. Yeah, really good. And I really like the lyrical like imagery and stuff, talking about like, death coming in the robes and stuff. Like all of that really just worked for me. And it made me excited, like when first listening to the album, like, oh man, this is gonna be good. Maybe the next, Crack the Skye or Emperor of Sand or something.
It gets into a little bit of that 6-minute, 7-minute territory.
I like that though. I really don't mind that.
That's their deal. That's part of the charm.
Exactly.
Track 4.
Track 4. More Than I Could Chew. I do like this one.
That's my favorite on the record, 10 out of 10.
Oh, really?
Shit,
Okay.
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10, he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge, lumbering main riff.
Yeah, I do like that
down-tuned
one.
guitar.
I do like that.
Got awesome Alice in Chains type bridge. And then on the end of it, it's got probably maybe my favorite part on the whole album. It's it's like a really odd time signature thing where it has a huge soaring vocal over the top of it. And then they do a one of those Brent solos where it's like, way too loud for the whole outro.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, it's classic.
Yeah. I love his swanky, slinky solos.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite on the whole record.
Okay, interesting. I did not expect that one to be the favorite. But yeah, very good one. Really strong one. And the first one that's like almost 7 minutes on the record. But not the last one, I think.
No, not the last.
Number 5, The Beast. The initial part, like that really clean guitar picking part.
It's like a pedal steel kind of sounding.
Gorgeous.
Or like a B-bender.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they played it, but...
I'm not either. I haven't watched really I don't know if they have makings of yet of this one. I haven't done my homework on that. But I feel like I want to hear more of that first riff. I want to hear like that as its own song, or maybe like extrapolated on.
You can really tell that Brent wrote that, like...
Yeah, that's true,
like,
yeah.
Sounds like him so much.
Yeah, definitely. And then Skeleton of Splendor. I like this one as well. I like it, like the kind of creepy vibe of it, but it's not one of my favorites. But it is one that I'm keeping for sure.
Beautiful, simple ballad. Has a lot of like ethereal sounding, atmospheric parts, and really cool repeating vocal motif. He says it says the same line over and over and over in the chorus, and it doesn't really ever like change the note or anything. It's cool. Yeah, I like that song. I wouldn't throw that away. Definitely
almost like
not.
trance-like.
Yeah, trance-like. Yeah,
yeah, that is a nice one. And and it is one of the first ones where like I can kind of, or when I first started listening to it, I could recall the riff, kind of instantly. It's got that kind of quality that's
cool.
A little more recognizable, which I like. The next two are both of, I think, the first singles.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's correct.
7 is Tear Drinker. 8 is Pushing the Tides. I'm just lumping them just because, we heard them for, like a month before. And they're not my favorites on the album, although I think I do like probably Pushing the Tides a little bit better.
Pushing the Tides definitely heavier.
Yeah.
Tear Drinker is kind of more classic Mastodon. Or classic in the sense of it sounds like what they've been doing since like Emperor Sand kind of era.
I do like the video though. Video is really cool.
Has a bass solo. You got to enjoy
right.
that.
I actually forgot about that. I actually forgot about that. Yeah, because these honestly I didn't really go back to too much, but that's just kind of my general practice with singles.
I think that's pretty typical, and that's why I don't like bands that release a shitload of singles before the album comes out, because they're like, we released 4 songs or 5 songs, and then the album comes out, and it's like half of the record you already heard.
Yeah, yeah. It almost
give me 1 or kind out the gate. Yeah. One, maybe 2, and then give me 8 more with it.
I feel like it has that same kind of problem that really long trailers have. Like, if you're excited about the movie and you like it, that's great. It probably is showing too much though. And if you don't like it, you're just like, this is a 2-minute trailer, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't care about this movie. Yeah. It's kind of like that too. If you're releasing too many singles, if you like them, then you may have the best part of the album already spoiled for you. If you don't like them, then you're probably not going to get it. So
right. You may have already heard the best song that you're going to hear.
Yeah.
And then you get the record and it's a letdown. Yeah. Or what typically happens to me is I hear the first single, I'm like, it's okay. And then when I get the record, I end up loving everything, and then the first single grows on me, and I'm like, oh man, that's an awesome song.
Right.
But don't release a bunch of singles before you put the album out.
I agree.
I hate that, honestly.
Too much of a wide swath that I might not like is too much. Now, okay,
that's what they're referring to as disc 1 right there.
Yeah.
43
now,
minutes.
I just realized, because I'm pretty sure that, maybe they just don't have it broken up on Spotify.
I don't think so.
And in my ignorance of not buying the actual album, I don't know.
That's a great record right there. What is that? 8 tracks, 43 minutes.
I didn't actually realize.
Maybe throw 1 or 2 off of disc 2 onto there, and you've got a fucking 10 out of 10 record.
Well, yeah, spoiler, it's going to be Peace and Tranquility and Gobblers of Dregs and Eyes of Serpents for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe it is a double album. And
I think it's marketed as such, but...
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Disc 2.
But good on them for that.
So disc 1, far supreme collection of songs.
I really feel like if they would have just released that, people, and myself included, probably would say, oh man, this is more, at least like maybe better than The Hunter. Anyway, moving on. Disc 2, Peace and Tranquility. I really like this one. It's a great chorus.
Love the opening riff.
Yeah, good opening riff as well.
Very crazy, heavy guitar, notey riff.
Tranquility. It's really catchy. All right, and then Dagger, moving on, is the second one, or track 10 as I know it.
Right. Track 2 on disc 2.
Yeah, this is one of the only other ones that I didn't give a like to.
These are
just to remember to go back to.
Kind of creepy Troy Sanders vocals back to back here.
Yeah, right.
Dagger and Had It All.
Yeah, although I do like Had It All.
A little bit too much, I think this is where you could pare it down a little bit.
Okay, well then skipping Dagger, I do like Had It All. I felt like that one had, like you said, that more sort of brooding, moody Troy vibe, which I really do like, especially over a song like this,
Right.
It just seems like, something that could have been off of, one of their older ones from, either Crack or, something like that era. And then Savage Lands, that's a pretty good one too. That is one of the ones that I marked as well to come back to, although I can't recall the riff offhand.
Must be memorable.
Yeah.
Well, the next one's your favorite.
That's probably why, because like this is really the one that I keep going back to is Gobblers of Dregs. This one has a really memorable opening heavy riff. Like this is my main riff off of the whole album. And it's that goes back into the sweeping high strings, which I love. And then it has this really nice, like, musical kind of build-up where it kind of crescendos. Oh, thank you. It kind of crescendos, and it has kind of like a jam band type vibe, you know, almost like maybe really overreaching, but like a Rush or something like a YYZ, where it would, you know, just get really cacophonous, and then it springs back into that opening heavy riff so well. Like
what I really
everything
love
cuts out.
on this song is there's like a little breakdown where they kind of pedal on like the A string, doing some sort of riff that's like something like that on the guitar.
Oh yeah, it's that.
And then they have a bass fill, but it has like the Guns N' Roses like Use Your Illusion bass tone, where it's like a really phasey bass. Like, you would definitely have to listen to it, but pull up anything from Guns N' Roses, like, you know, it's iconic bass tones.
Right.
It's kind of goofy sounding. Once you hear it, you probably won't be able to unhear it, but they
it's a nice texture on top, though.
Stole that sound just for that one little fill on that part.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably so many stolen sounds for, like, you know, tones and stuff.
It's funny, though, man. It's really funny.
And then second to last track, the last one that I really need, I think, is Eyes of Serpents. I really, really liked this one as well. And one of the longer ones, too. Or 6:49. Not the longest. Actually, the last one, Gobblers of Dregs. The previous one.
Yeah.
The previous one was longer, yeah. But
everything on disc 2 seems pretty long.
Yeah, that's true. None of them, except for one, are below 5 minutes, and most of them are like 6, 7. So
I do like the closing track. Was that
Gigantium?
Gigantium, some shit like that.
Gigantor.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I like that one. It's really cool because it's like a really stompy, groovy song, but it's totally major key.
Right.
And like, you know, really droning, major key, happy sounding.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's got a big soaring Bron Daler vocal, of course.
Yeah.
I would keep that.
Maybe
one from side 2.
That could have been on some of the more epic ones, like Crack or Sand or something like that.
Yeah, I could see it fitting in with either of those records.
Or what was the one that Blastroid was on? Is that the Hunter?
That's Once More Around the Song? Or those two are hard for me. I think it's Once More Around the Song.
I'm going to say it's Hunter. Hold on.
Don't you want to say, maybe if you could trim Hush and Grim down into one 10-track record?
Oh, which ones?
Yeah. You just say you'd take... Probably would take side one easier, and then add a couple or take a couple away.
I think I'd just get rid of probably maybe Tear Drinker and slot in Gobblers for sure to keep it 8. And then I would add Peace and Tranquility and Eyes of Serpents to make it 10.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Let me see.
Yeah, and I think even just keep it in that order. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. You can keep Tear Drinker. Swap out the Crux. Yeah. Put in Peace and Tranquility at 2, and then Gobblers
at 9,
and Eyes be at the end, but flip them. So Eyes and then Gobblers.
Gotcha.
That's what I would
Gobblers
do.
is like a great closing track. I don't know why they didn't put it
Gobblers
all the way at the end.
I think will be remembered for one of their best songs eventually. I really think that.
Yeah, Peace and Tranquility and Gobblers and what'd you say? Gigantor?
Gigantium. Yeah.
Gigantium. I like that one too.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 from disc 2. Throw them up on disc 1. Take out the Crux.
And then you can throw away disc 2.
Yeah, and then, you know, make it a EP later.
I'm sorry, Mastodon and Mastodon fans. I'm not saying it's bad. Yeah. It's just for them. This is what their 9th, 10th album, and like, tighten it up, guys. You know, that's what I'm saying. But
all right, so that's cool. That was a fun exercise.
I don't know if that's my phone or the laptop.
I think that's Justin's phone,
anyway.
man.
It's not a big deal, but
Tinder notifications just blasting off.
Got a hello from Trevor TX.
Hey.
That's definitely my cousin. Yeah. What's up? Oh, that means that maybe Trevo last night wasn't my cousin. I wonder who that was, but whatever. What's up, Trev? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, buddy.
Huge with Trevors. We got multiple fans named Trevor.
We got Trevors.
And by multiple, I mean 2.
It's Hunter. Hunter. Blastroid's off of Hunter.
Well, somebody come take away my Mastodon license.
Crazy fucking album art. But yeah, it's great. Okay, now let's go on to the...
This is your heavy versus segment.
That's right. Crack the Skye versus Emperor of Sand. If you haven't heard these albums, fear not. We will use our expertise in adjectives to describe them. First one to come out, Crack the Skye was the first one that really, really resonated with me. I was living with Chris Obregon. Shout out Chris.
To put this in layman's terms, grabbed you by the boo-boo.
It grabbed me by the boob. It goosed me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I laughed. I cried. It moved me, guys.
It moved me, man.
So it's really, really something that is special to me. It almost really like kind of reinvigorated my love for that different than just heavy music. I was listening to super, super heavy shit at the time and not really branching out sideways as much as going like back through just the, annals of like really important heavy albums, just kind of doing homework instead. But then this came out and like could not stop listening to it, fell in love with it. It was just constantly playing in Chris and I's apartment on Londonderry in Denton, and have it memorized still to this day. Like can just conjure it up.
Rough neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, rough neighborhood. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's their 4th studio album and came out March 2009. Wow, for some reason I was thinking it was like 7 or 8, but Billboard debuted at number 11 on the Billboard 200, sold 41,000 copies in its first week. That's
impressive.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Very impressive.
And then in Australia, debuted at number 19.
That's kind of like towards the tail end of record sale world. Yeah. 2009.
Still one of their best-selling ones. Skyrocketed from this one for sure.
Yeah, so. That one, it was cool because I didn't get it when it first came out. Like, I thought Oblivion was cool. I got like the Alice in Chains vibe, so I was like, yeah, this is cool. Didn't really, the rest of it, I was like, this is too jam bandy bullshit for me.
Oh man, I absolutely loved it.
But now, going back, it's like, it's awesome, start to finish.
Yeah,
took me a few years, to really crack the code on the Mastodon.
Yeah.
And when I got back into it and I had this whole album to discover, it was like, damn, bro.
It's dense.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
there's so much to listen to. It's so much to listen for.
Dark and spacey, and it's got so much packed into it. It's like I don't know how to. Yeah, it's like a little treasure chest.
And this is not one of those ones that you can cut a song from, with the exception of the title track. Maybe I would say, if I had to cut one, I would say "Crack the Skye," the title track.
Yeah, I agree.
Oblivion, 10 out of 10. Divinations, 10 out of 10. Quintessence, 10 out of 10. The Czar, 15 out of 10.
I love the Czar.
Ghost of Karelia, 10 out of 10.
Riff, so good.
Last Baron, 25 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like
the Last Baron. And look at Last Baron. Exactly 13 minutes on the dot.
Yeah.
They probably closed the book and we're just like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, we've made the perfect fucking concept
Can
album.
you make that fade 1 second faster?
yeah, exactly. We need to trim just a second to make it better. But yeah, it's...
Yeah, Crack the Skye, the title track, is the only one that's not 10 out of 10 for me on this album.
But then that only leaves 6 songs, even though one of them is 11 minutes and one of them is 13. All the rest, pretty average, right at 5 minutes.
You take that 6-minute song out, you still got 44 minutes of jams.
Exactly, yeah, and they should have... Well, actually, that's exactly what they cut Hushed and Grim down to for each disc, was 43 minutes, so that's funny. Okay, so this album, obviously fantastic. I don't know if Trevor's saying something else, but...
No, he says he just definitely needs to listen more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I know I've been trying to show him them for... I mean, at least since this album came out. Maybe
not
before,
album,
but...
in its entirety... is it's asking a lot. It's a big commitment.
It's kind of the way of the fucking past now, it seems.
Yeah, but it's my preferred way to listen.
Yeah, nobody's really... I mean, actually, Trevor, extensive vinyl collection. I know you have a couple vinyls and record player. It's just something that I feel like is lost on at least, like, not to be too general, but like younger audiences and stuff. Like, they're listening to bops, like one at a time. Well, not necessarily going through a whole album.
This record is full of bops.
Yeah,
this record
absolutely.
Is full of bops.
Yeah, you want bops? They got bops.
You want bops,
like,
many bops.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the bop factory.
All right, so now, moving on to Emperor of Sand. Let's just say the overall Crack the Skye 10 out of 10 album. It's fantastic.
Easy 10 out of 10.
Emperor of Sand came out pretty recently still. I mean, it feels like fucking yesterday, sadly, with all this BS going on.
The older you get, the faster it goes.
That's true. It was released March 2017. It feels like really like 2020. Which is crazy. But and the Show Yourself single with that weird video peaked at number 4 on the US Billboard Rock Songs chart in 2017.
Not really indicative of the rest of the record, I didn't feel like.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's a little...
kind of punky.
Just very like, tambourine 4/4 and not...
Mastodon, they love the tambourine, bro.
I love a tambourine.
Every song.
I love a good tambourine.
Oh, yeah.
Oblivion from that track, one of the best textures on that song is that tambourine.
Yeah.
It just comes in like... for like every 8 measures.
You usually don't have to wait too long to hear a tambourine
Fantastic.
on a Mastodon track.
That's true, yeah. So. Let's see. So this was the 7th studio album, skipping some in between, but none really had held up Crack the Skye because that was some big shoes to fill.
I think even the most ardent Mastodon fan is going to say there's a bit of a letdown with Hunter and Once More Around the Sun.
Yeah,
The
Hunter
two records
was
in between.
Hunter was like weird. It was one of their weirdest ones. I would point to that song, "The Creature," like has that crazy, almost horror synthy vibe at the beginning, and then goes into this weird, like choral, almost a chant. It's almost like a weird hymn.
This is
something.
I think this is widely regarded as a comeback album for them, and
Right.
you know what really launched them into the stratosphere.
Yeah, blasting them off.
They played Steam Breather and all that, like on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and
Right.
I mean,
They
just-
started doing like late night rounds.
Yeah, late
for
night
these
rounds.
stuff too. Let's see. So let's just go through. Well, first thing I noticed is that it's 11 songs, so like close to double the actual, full
track
tracks.
listing, but the playlist time is 51 minutes.
Yeah,
so
almost
right
the exact same.
Right about the same.
Yeah, 1 minute longer.
Yeah.
So let's see. Sultan's Curse. I'm not gonna say 10 out of 10, but very good.
Yeah, I say 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Better than Show Yourself, which is the next song.
Yeah,
I
Show
would say.
Yourself track 2. Not really.
Again, I don't know if it's coincidental being a single, but
Right.
like not. It's probably my least favorite, maybe. Yeah, I think so.
It's my second least favorite on the record, but I still dig it. I mean, it's catchy.
Yeah.
Good songwriting.
What's your least favorite?
Number 10. What is that? Scorpion Breath. That's if I'm gonna cut one off of this record.
Again,
that's
the
only
one featuring Scott Kelly.
Scott
For
Kelly
saying
from
the
Neurosis.
worst one.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, I will say though, I love Neurosis.
Yeah.
Love Neurosis and what they do. But yeah, I don't know. That's weird correlation. But anyway, okay. Precious Stones. I can't recall this one
Oh,
off
it's
the
great,
top of my
man.
head.
It's good. This is where they kind of get into that area where they, like Precious Stones. What is that?
Steam Breather
Roots
is the next one.
Remain, Words of the
Root-
Wise. Like
well,
they all
Roots
kind of
Remain-
start getting in that same territory of
Yeah.
like really catchy chorus.
I can definitely remember Roots Remain right off the
Yeah,
bat.
oh yeah.
though.
Roots
and
Remain,
Steam
I
Breather.
think is
Steam Breather with riff, Roots Remain with like the vocal melody.
right.
Yeah.
Steam Breather was a single from this record.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first song I heard from this record was Steam Breather. Super cool. Made me look up what the Nazca lines.
Oh yeah,
So-
the Nazca lines.
Nazca lines, yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought
some alien.
I thought that was
shit
a
apparently,
NASCAR
too, right?
reference the first time I listened to it.
No way.
So it's like a NASCAR thing. I was like, I know these guys are like from Georgia or whatever.
Right.
Atlanta. Maybe they're into like car racing. I don't know. But
Doubtful,
I looked up what's the Nazca lines? It's like some sort of like extraterrestrial.
Well,
thing,
that's
right?
what it gets brought up
Yeah.
a lot with that, but I think it's actually some Native American stuff that you can like see from high up. Oh, man, we should just. This is what
We
the
got
internet's
Jimmy
for.
Wales sitting right here, man.
Right.
Jimmy Wales Jr.
The Nazca Lines, a group of very large geoglyphs made in the soil by the Nazca or in the Nazca Desert in southern Peru between 500 BC and
South of the border.
and 500 AD. So
Yeah.
somewhere around there. Okay, way older than I was thinking, but yeah. So yeah, basically
Totally unrelated to NASCAR.
right. No, let's look up NASCAR. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Steam
so
Breather,
pretty
awesome
good.
song, awesome riff. Drop A tuning or some
Yeah,
shit. Like
one of
super
the
low.
best. Just like it starts off like straight out the gate, like great riff, and just goes
Yeah,
right
just
into
great
it.
riff, and then they lock into that real slow, groovy thing.
Yeah.
And then it has like a catchy, upbeat chorus.
Yeah, and here's something I didn't know. The next one, Roots Remain, it's titled Eons on the vinyl version.
Shoot, I did not know that at all.
That's weird. I wonder why.
Yeah.
But whatever. Roots Remain, great song. That's probably like my second favorite, like sing along one too.
I think when you watch
like that
the
one.
making of for this record, I think Roots Remain has like a big feature. Like pretty much they kind of seemed like they all thought it was the best song on the record.
I think it's one of them, but I mean, I think we all know that Jaguar God is that's why we're all here for this album. I think, but
Those are your own opinions. I'm glad you got 'em,
maybe,
buddy.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But okay, Word to the Wise. I can't recall this one either, dude.
Well, this next song, then you need to hop to.
Ancient Kingdom, I love.
Yeah, Ancient Kingdom. I love that
That one
part
is
where
great.
they go into kind of like a reggae almost kind of thing or dance kind of
Yeah, or
riff.
yeah, like a jungly.
Jungly dance riff.
welcome,
yeah.
welcome to the Ancient Kingdom.
Yeah, love that song.
Yeah, that part's really good. Okay. Next one, track 8, Clandestiny.
My
This
favorite,
one has a cool riff.
My favorite on the record.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has a cool riff, drop B tuning.
Probably one that I would say could have been from, again, one of the weirder ones like Leviathan or Hunter or something. Or,
Best
or maybe,
chorus.
maybe Blood Mountain.
Best chorus on this record, maybe their whole discography.
Really?
I think.
Best
Clandestiny,
chorus in
yeah.
their whole discography.
Oh, yeah, man. It's up there. It's way up there.
Pardon me. I'm going to have
that's
to
all
look
right.
that up because I don't remember the chorus, actually. I just remember the opening riff. But if it's the best in the discography, I'm going to have to re-listen to that.
They do it for like a minute and a half at the end with like a huge guitar solo over it. Super catchy, super soaring.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first.
There you go.
Let's see. Andromeda.
This is, they call this the crust punk.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not a huge crust punk person. I'm not sure what that really even is.
Don't let Ryan Mowry hear you say that.
But that's what they say that the influence is for that song. I like the song, yeah.
Yeah. That's like such a Remission.
Yeah, it's definitely like their older style riff. Because the chords are like real nasty, like dissonant.
Yeah. Or like that Iron
together.
Tusk from Leviathan.
Right, which they used to abuse, all the time.
Use and abuse.
Use and abuse.
Scorpion Breath, we already said.
Love the acoustic guitar stuff. Like at the beginning sounds awesome, but the song just doesn't, I don't know. There's just something that's like not super memorable about it.
Maybe better placed around like 5, 6, or 7 or something as more of an interlude instead of like kind of ender or something, you know what I mean?
Right, second to last.
Yeah, maybe it would have been better appreciated. And then Jaguar God. I mean, come on. What more can you say?
Well, you've already said that's the best song on the album.
Well, okay. I mean, it's hard to. No, it's not hard for me to call it the best song, but guitar work and especially like the solo at the end and stuff, just everything about it is just like, if I was like taking a shower right when this album like came out, or like around when this came out, I would like put Jaguar God on repeat just like while I was getting ready or something in the morning, because it was just like,
buddy, you should be able to get in and out of the shower in less than 8 minutes.
Oh, no way. No, gotta steam, gotta get the front and back, gotta get all the, all the little parts. But yeah, 8 minutes. I mean, that's nothing for me in a shower time. I would take a 30-minute shower.
On the making of on this record, they talk about Jaguar God and how they just say like the solo taking it out, is like one of their favorite parts on the whole record.
Fantastic.
It's really cool. Starts off like a acoustic kind of style song. Then it has a creepy interlude. Gets heavy, gets progressive, gets jam bandy. Yeah, it's got all the elements that they're famous for.
Well, now it's to the chopping block.
Crack versus sand.
The guillotine.
Not an ideal scenario for the beach.
No. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say. Yeah. Neither of these things I want, on your body or really.
Okay, Crack the Skye.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, if I got to give Crack an overall number. I'm going to say 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's got to be 10.
In my life, that's a 9 or a 10 out of 10 album for me, and I'm just going to say 10 out of 10 just to make it easy, because to me, it's like, at least for this band, a perfect album. It's great.
Yeah, it's got to be 10.
Yeah.
Well,
bless you.
Somebody needs to hit the cough button.
And it's got such memorable, not only riffs, it's got not only memorable riffs, but...
Ozak.
What is it? Oh, Osak.
Osak.
Yeah.
What's
up,
say?
Owen? What's up, Fetus? Oh, he says 10 out of 10 as well.
Oh, yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah,
I agree.
Man.
So it's got some of the best guitar work, some of the best just their mixing. I mean, Justin can maybe speak to that too. Like, got great quality of like just mixing and textures and stuff. And some of the most memorable stuff from the band that I could think of.
On the Don?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, Crack the Skye, 10 out of 10. Perfect record.
And now Emperor, I mean, if you got to give it a number.
But I have to, this is the thing, is like, it's a better record than Emperor of Sand is, but I have a more personal connection with Emperor of Sand. So, you
were all up in Mastodon's business, like, right before this came out, too, so you were probably waiting on this one, like, you know what I mean?
Well, just because we touched on it last episode, like, how from that whole, like, 2012 to 15 range, like, there's just nothing but those... Reddit refers to them as verb the noun bands or whatever, like Pierce the Veil, right. Crown the Empire, all that, like gent. I call it gent pop. It's like it has like the gent verses and then the choruses are like these huge auto-tune synth things.
I don't.
And there's like nothing I like about any of that. I'm sorry if anybody likes that stuff. So I like kind of was like disillusioned with even trying to write like heavier music. So I was like, I'm not into this. This is like the only thing that seems to be popular, and whatever. But then this record came out, and it was like Emperor Sand, 2017. Mm-hmm. It's like super organic, live drums, live guitars, bluesy guitar solos, cool vocal melodies, no 808s and
heartbreaks
and glitched glitch guitars every fucking 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, I kind of fell back in love with writing heavy music again after listening to this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, like, you know, it was like...
This is the one, huh?
Damn, yeah, it kind of brought me back, you know, and like, yeah. So I really love that record. It's not song for song. It can't touch Crack the Sky. But
for you, it's got a special place in your heart.
It's got that special connection, yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mastodon, for, you know, staying true to what you write, not trying to follow any trends, and putting out an awesome record. And then this record, nominated for Grammys, fucking got them on.
Yeah.
They're all over Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, all kinds of bullshit. So,
as they should be. I mean, they're great.
I mean, it's awesome.
And
then they put out that making of documentary with it, which had like all that studio footage, and it was like so much fun.
I love those too.
Yeah.
I mean, like those, like that, anything where you can get a sneak peek of a band behind the scenes is great, but even more so when it's like
studio footage.
Well, and also it just shows them like not taking just only the music and themselves like so seriously. Like Meshuggah does it, you know, they do it. Like it's so great when you have that dichotomy of like really heavy or different
serious
bands
music
that are not taking themselves so seriously about like just that project. You know, it's nice. I also just saw that like the artwork was either done, or it says art direction by Bran, like on the album by the drummer. That's badass. Like I really think that.
I would
that's
hope
cool.
He had something to do with his own band's artwork.
Yeah, right. That's pretty.
Or
awesome.
one of them at least.
Yeah, one of them, right?
Yeah, we're kind of. I guess we're kind of split, but Crack the Sky is a better record. I concede that, but I don't have as much of a personal connection with it.
Well, yeah. Well, we gotta agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
But I mean, y'all tell us like if there's one that you would keep. I mean, like what does Owen say? Like Owen, if you had to pick between Crack the Sky and Emperor Sand, what you gonna pick? We'll wait for you, but just let us know, Justin, if he like answers
that was
back.
a very awesome heavy verses.
There you go. That was a meaty segment.
That's going to be a tentpole segment of this podcast. Heavy verses.
No sex in with a Crack the Sky.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Crack the Sky.
All right. And I'm actually curious, Trevor, if you're still listening, if you had to pick one, if you know those albums. If not, yesterday we did Green Day versus Blink. If you have an answer on that, I would love to know your thoughts. Green Day versus Blink-182. If you had
you can only have one disc.
Exactly.
One discography.
What would you do?
Yeah.
I chose
Blink
Green
always
Day.
wins on the Trevor.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you guys hit puberty and you want to come listen to a real man's band,
yeah, right.
You can download that Green Day discography.
That's fucking funny.